Right, welcome back to the Feelwood podcast, brought to you by Feelwood Studios. I'm Sam, as always. Here we've got Liam, and we've got the return of Splinter.
For the first time in season 4.
Return of the Matt.
Return
we'll allow
of
it
the
this
Matt
time.
For once.
That's good. Allow it this time.
We've had 4...
So many people don't know his name's actual Matt, which I love, by the way.
No, we did.
You were meant to keep it a thing, weren't you?
You called him Matt like 11 times in the first episode he was here. And I'm yet to say it still. But we've had 4 great episodes of season 4 so far.
Season 4?
With 4 great episodes on season 2 so far.
There we go.
With 4 great guests.
Yes. But we're trying something a bit different today, aren't we?
But we're trying something a bit different today.
So with the return of Splinter, this is our little Jonathan Ross episode. He's going to interview me and you, isn't he?
He does. And we know minimal stuff about
we've tried to know nothing about it. And because we've had some nice interest on our origins as our bromance.
Sure.
And the studio, Splinter's going to deep dive into our personal lives.
And take it away.
And we're going to try and not be super depressing and be really funny about it. Yeah.
Hard to do.
A nice balance, I think.
Yeah, to be continued.
Yes, go on.
Splinter, take it away. Today, it is your episode.
It's your episode.
Terrifying but fun. As always, we start with a question.
Question of the week.
Thought-provoking.
Thought-provoking. Question of the week.
Okay.
What music album changed your life?
Oh, God.
Simple as that.
This is going to be a long episode already.
This is supposed to be like a quick little warm-up. Are you ready to go?
No,
Because I'm not ready to go.
I'm going to take a quick look around the room for inspiration.
Right.
Maybe a bit of reasoning, or if there's something that's specific to you, like it will change your music life.
I could give you quite a few different ones, to be honest.
For different reasons, the first one that jumps to mind for me is Igor by Tyler Creator. It's definitely not the first, but it was the first time I was a professional producer and heard an album that sounded like nothing I'd ever heard before. And this is why we always argue about the best Tyler album, because in the back of my mind, I think Flower Boy probably is better, but I cannot ever say.
That's the first time you've actually ever said that.
Yeah, and we're not on camera right now, obviously, so that's not going to get clipped.
No, clipped up that sorted. No. I've got it in.
But I can never, ever hear anyone say that Igor's not better. But that being said, I think Maverick Sabre, Lonely Are the Brave, was the first album I ever bought myself. And that's like, well, it was 10 years old last year, because we went to watch the 10-year anniversary thing. And that album still holds up. It's still one of my favourite albums. And I think it's weird, like, even though I was like, 14 when I first heard that album, it's mad how much it still influences me. So I think I'm going to have to settle with those 2. But I could probably give you another 10.
That's a great one.
Since
it's not my podcast,
good answer.
You're wearing a band t-shirt as well.
Yeah, but I don't really give a fuck about the Stone Roses.
It's just a nice shirt. I'm going to say...
that's not good there, sorry, mate.
One of 2 albums, and both for the same reason. Either Paramore Riot or...
if you say 30 Seconds to Mars because your wife's in the room,
30 Seconds to Mars.
fuming.
No, it's not because my wife's in the room. This means war. This is war?
Loves this album.
This is war. This means... This is war by 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
Listen, can I go?
Can you have got the room and you answer again?
That's my genuine answer.
Not a chance.
I think because... No, listen, you don't know my answer though.
You just said your answer.
You don't know the reasoning for it. Shut your mouth.
Go on.
I think for that, when I was really passionate about drumming and before I did design and all that stuff, and I thought maybe that's what I wanted to do, those are 2 albums where I learned to play drums from. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm listening to them and knowing the song inside out and then trying to play along to it.
Fair enough.
So that was those 2 albums. And they both came out somewhat around a similar time. Or I at least listened to them around the same time.
Is that late 2000s or is it in the 10s?
No, it's... Well, the late 2000s would be Riot, and then in 2010s would be This Is War. So it'd be those 2.
That was a little quick question. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no,
question,
just a 2-minute segment.
Yeah.
That's a good question,
No, it gets the mind going,
It does, that's a good question.
So what have you got for us then?
So I'm kind of going to split this interview up into a few different segments. I'm not going to tell you what's going to come. I'm just going to tell you what's next.
Hit us with it.
So first of all, how did you both meet?
So...
Yeah, go on, you start us off.
Yes, we've already given little sprinkles of digs to our friend Dave Smith across this podcast for his, lack of brain cells.
Yeah. 100%.
To not introduce us sooner. Because
100%.
I went to the Royal Northern College of Music with David Smith.
2016, for context of time.
I can't believe you knew that because I didn't know that.
No, of course I did.
Yeah, it is that.
We'll see who does better at the friendship quiz. Go on.
Anyway, and he's been one of your oldest friends, if not the oldest friend.
My oldest friend. Yeah.
From birth, blah, 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 blah.
From birth.
So I met Liam technically in 2017, 2018?
Something like
one
that.
of Dave's birthdays. We were in second year of uni.
Yeah.
And we got on that night talking about Kendrick Lamar.
The first thing I played Humble or something like that.
Well, it was Damn Era, wasn't it? So yeah.
It was Damn Era. So I think I played some at Kendrick and you're like, oh, I like Kendrick too, I'm white. And
I know we've planned this episode.
Yeah.
But I'm just realising now how we do sound like a married couple.
Yeah.
Well, not just realising, but I just mean like,
no, I was
this is
aware
proper
that.
meat.
You already
definitely
cussed out my
bicker, like,
answer.
Yeah, this is meat cute stories,
You know
this
what?
though, innit?
Shut your mouth
You
a
showed
sec.
Kendrick and I was listening to Humble.
Shut up a sec,
and, like,
listen. When Pippa was on and she went, you do give lifelong friends,
She
you two.
did.
She did say that as well.
Yeah.
Which was nice. But anyway, carry on your
Anyway,
story.
yeah, so then we didn't really see each other. Well, we saw each other a couple of times.
Yeah,
through
here and there,
Dave,
here and
but
there.
like never properly. And,
Nah.
And the ironic thing was, again, sounding like a future couple to be, I was always asking Dave how Liam and Danielle are, and Liam was always asking Dave how I am and stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, 2020 comes, COVID.
Lockdown o'clock.
Magic.
Lockdown o'clock.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
I am not ashamed to admit it. Because, I mean, personally, I don't know about you, Liam. If I know, I do know about you, Liam. But, like, I was always a COD kid growing up. But then all through, like, uni, I wasn't bothered about it at all.
No.
And then Modern Warfare came out, and obviously Warzone was free. And we were all, like, playing it till, like, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I was playing with Dave and our mate Joe. And then Dave would invite you. And then just as the, like, weeks went on, I think Dave moved away.
Yeah, it was
people
around that
moved
time.
away. And it just, like, it was just me and you left, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So then there was just, like, us playing a lot and just finishing at 4 a.m. because there was nothing to wake up for.
Because you chat a lot when you're playing that game,
100%.
even though you're
it's
talking
a slow
about,
game, innit?
even though you're obviously discussing what's going on.
Yeah.
I think you have natural other conversations, which we did.
We'd be like
And
sniping
then-
in a tree, just like chatting about cancer.
Well, because obviously we're like campers
Like really
as well.
deep
We're just
conversations.
We're sat in a building,
Yeah.
just waiting a couple of rounds for it to go down
Yeah.
and getting to know each other and going, oh, I actually have a younger sister called Lily and a mum who was born on this year, and just finding loads of similarities. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it does sound like some kind of like 2020 meta sitcom. Of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Two blokes playing COD, having a deep chat, and then
Yeah.
like he's blued. Like
Yeah.
and
It's
then
really
just, like, going
popular, I
back to the
think,
conversation.
for mates to get close over like
100%.
through
It
gaming.
is.
Some of my closest mates, like I still
Yeah.
keep in contact with because I played like COD or
the way to do it.
And this is why I thought it was really mad because like the stuff that me and Liam had in common got so out of hand, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
But like it was to the point where, especially we were always taking the piss out of Dave because it was like, how on earth have we both been one level away from you? Well, I've known Dave since I was 16.
Yeah.
So what? That's 10 years this year.
Yeah.
He is the reason that we've like,
Listen,
it took us.
he had two separate best friends who were both identical and went, these two shouldn't be mates.
Yeah. They won't
You
get
know,
on.
They won't get on. Like,
would they- why
any
would
of
they
my
ever hang out?
friends, I want to meet each other and become friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because why would you not want that?
Exactly.
And he was like, I'm going to keep these two separate.
and that's
This
why
is
so
he's
they don't
not
Dave
here.
start
Smith
a
bashing
podcast.
sesh
And
this.
that's why he's not here.
Yeah,
That's why he's not here. Yeah.
I'll go on to the next one. How did Feel Weird start for you both? Like, obviously, you know, you might have different stories, but how do you have like one experience that kind of brought you both in to start it? Like,
I guess you better start this one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Without over talking about what you mentioned the last one as well.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll like swap. I'll just go over that briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very long story short, same time, wasn't it? 2020.
Yeah.
I started working because it was over lockdown with a charity called NGL. That was like, it was a bit like a Peru for young underprivileged people. And I was running the music department. And obviously it was the kind of thing that I was loving doing, but I could have never done if it wasn't locked down because, well, as a musician, there was nothing to do. So I could put my heart into it. And we worked for this charity for like 2 years. And then we were in Stockport first. We moved to Stretford, blah, blah, blah. I built this place pretty much from scratch. And then as it was ready to go,
You
the
had
charity
help,
fell
like
through.
behave. You had help. I put up that wall and
The
moved
fucking brick wall, it's been there 30 years.
the plasterboard thing.
Oh, sorry. Liam put 4 plasterboard planks on.
There you
We're going
go,
to put a clip
thank
of the
you.
whole fucking room now, and Liam did it.
I did some of it, yeah.
Nah.
You obviously did most of it, but put some
Of
respect
course,
on everyone
of
else's
course.
name who helped you
Of
out.
course I'd help.
Carry on.
But if you walk around this room, I think you can take that and shove it up your backside.
I put that there and that and a few bits.
You
on the
didn't
wall.
Are we going there?
you could have this
What do you
argument
mean?
all
Today
day.
I put those 2 there.
That's been there for weeks.
It was over there.
Shut your mouth. Carry on.
Doesn't matter. Right. So we were working for this charity, blah, blah, blah. It fell under. The owner wasn't well. And I took it on. So I had a bit of like, even though I worked for free for like 2 years, I still had a bit of survivor skill. But anyway, my dream was always to have a music studio. So it was amazing to have. I was working, well, I think it was about a year into me having the studio.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
it was.
Well, it was Christmas.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
Give or take.
And obviously me and Liam were already mates. I'd always kind of wanted to do a podcast, but being a musician and doing a million other things, it was never really a priority at all. But we just kind of had a brain. We'd always
Wanted to work together on something.
there's some kind of example off a TV show that's going to annoy me after that. I can't remember.
Go on.
We always were so close to like a business venture together.
Yeah.
We had so many ideas.
The Bear.
Is it the Bear?
Yeah, it's Carmi and Michael never
Well, it wasn't the one I was
opened the
thinking of, but
restaurant.
that is actually bang on. So let's say that.
Good example.
Rewind.
But no one's killing
From
themselves.
the bear, you know, we were, yeah, exactly. But anyway, so we had the idea that basically everything we chat, me and Liam will sit in a room and just talk pop culture for 10 hours anyway, and just like run and just go on forever. And the idea was that like, well, if you think about it, we've got Lils that does videography, and she's wanting to build a portfolio. Liam does graphic design and is really good at editing videos. And I've got the studio and all the equipment, and
it'd be rude not to, innit?
It didn't cost us anything to start.
No.
And the idea was, when you're starting creating something from a point of fun and enjoying doing it, that's always the best way.
100%.
We didn't have to make money straight away. We didn't have to do this or that, or we didn't have to appease to people or what they wanted. And I actually think that's why it's worked, because obviously people are buying into whatever we want to do, because instead of us like making what trends are or whatever. But anyway, so we decided to do a podcast, and my mind was always thinking, I mean, Liam knows this, but I'll let him answer his bit. My mind was always thinking that besides it being fun, it's just free marketing and content for the studio.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as we've got a few more episodes and we've started getting guests on and stuff like that, and because the idea was always to branch off and do like tiny desk kind of sessions in there. And then the ironic thing that Dan is in the room, but we worked with Instilled with his like production company and event stuff, and we did those kind of performances in here. So sorry for Dan, but I kind of learned from some of the lessons of that from working with that. And that was kind of, I always wanted to do that with us anyway. So it was kind of a no-brainer really. It was like free marketing and promotion stuff for the studio, get cool people in the room, and have fun with one of my best mates. It's not really that difficult to work out. So I guess for you, it was around that time you came on board.
Yeah.
Well,
were you really
give yourself some credit, and I'll give you some credit.
No,
Liam's always helped me with the graphic design of the studio, obviously. The fantastic logo, it's my favourite logo in the world.
Not my favourite.
Never is. All of the stuff that Liam does for me that I love, he hates. But anyway.
Well, you answered really everything I would have said, and then answered like 11 more questions he didn't ask. But shout out you though.
Like me. I never did.
Shout out you though. No, like Sam said, so I'm just to echo everything he said. It's exactly the same. Where there's a lot of things I was already doing for him or for the studio anyway, because I love to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was a case of me wanting to do something, and then he came with this idea, and I was like, you know what? It's a great shot. I'd love to do something like that, because what am I doing with all this talent for this creative stuff and not using it? Do you know what I mean?
Well.
So, like I said, it's a win-win. There's nothing else I can add because he waffled on. That's
Perfect segment.
We do love each other.
Being local Manchester boys, what was it like growing up?
Can I say, you're actually a bit of a prick for this one. For context of him saying local Manchester boys, Sam grew up in Glossop.
No, I didn't.
Sheffield, even worse than whatever.
Sheffield.
Where were you born? Okay, there you go.
I'm saying that.
He said,
if anyone knows
hold on.
Glossop, it's not me.
Hold on. I'll put a map on the screen for it.
Dickhead Central.
And Splinter put on the thing, he went, questions for Liam and Sam. And it was about Sam being local Manchester lad. I was like, Sam, context. I was born in St. Mary's, which is the most central town hospital. You can walk there 2 minutes from Piccadilly. Primary school, the most central. Primary school, high school, the most central.
Okay, in my defence, it never came up in a conversation.
True, I'll allow it this one time because you said that's my fault.
That makes sense.
But I just couldn't have Sam being hailed as this Manchester local boy. Like how there's no way.
One of mine and Liam's like similarities is the Wivenshaw family. So
it's a good point. But your mum grew up in Wivenshaw. You didn't know?
No, I didn't go. Well,
because I did for a part of my childhood. But anyway, this guy's not a true Mancunian like that, so I just didn't want to go on it. But sorry, I forgot your question because I was so fuming at what you said. Go on.
Just like, what was it like growing up in Manchester through like school system?
No,
he's not allowed to answer. I'll go for it.
What was Glossop
education? I went to college and uni in Manchester.
Okay, just that kind of conversation about like university,
I think it's
school,
the greatest city to grow up in. Mm-hmm. Obviously, based on not growing up anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because I think
based on nothing but bias.
Nothing but bias, but I think because I saw a fact, and there's more languages spoke in Manchester than any other city in Europe.
Really?
Fun fact. And I think the diversity of culture and people and food and ideas, and you hear that term like melting pot a lot. I think it's a really good term for Manchester. I think to be a well-rounded individual 100%. From so much other background, people and their own experiences. Do you know what I mean?
Salt to earth, working
salt
class.
To earth. And I think it's that kind of city where, we literally got them right there as well. Happy Mondays. So there's a lot of references in this studio to that. Mm-hmm. And I think there's such rich history behind the last 100 years alone, 20 years alone of
the greatest city on earth.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can add to it. So I'll let him go for someone who's been here for 20 minutes. Go on.
So if we weren't like on camera and trying to like,
what are you gonna do? You're gonna
I don't
fight?
mean I'm gonna fight you. I mean, you won't be saying it.
Go on then. Oh no, I would still be saying it.
Yeah, our best friendship's gonna be ruined.
Yeah, we're gonna
because
fight.
I don't live in fucking Glossop or whatever.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
No, I went to school in Londondale, blah blah blah, local village, good boy. But, I will say actually, only question of like growing up in the city, because in my defence, I actually grew up between there and down the road, in like Sale Ends.
Down the road is what? How long's a piece of string? Okay, now I get what you mean. They don't know what down the road is.
Because I haven't finished the fucking sentence.
Well, carry on then.
Anyway, Old Trafford is there, for people who don't know. 2 minutes away. I was at Old Trafford all the time with my grandparents. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so the reason I was saying that though is because I didn't realise until I got to university how lucky I was to grow up where I grew up, because it was 5-10 minutes away from like the Woodhead Pass and all the hills and the moors and stuff. Lots of famous murderers there.
Stunning area as well.
Great area, yeah. Great area to die.
Good area for a kill, yeah.
Anyway, and also like 20 minutes from the city centre. So I fucking best of both worlds, and I didn't appreciate it, but then I went to university and it was like, you're either a village boy or a city like person or whatever. And I was kind of a bit of both. So I always felt lucky for that from Manchester, because even I started to go to Severi in sixth form, which is in Rusholme. So obviously from 16, but like it was a trek to get there. Getting up at like 6, getting 2 buses and a train and blah, blah, blah. Which you escaped doing, Dan. Fuck you. I'm saying that because I met Dan through Severian, but he didn't go to Severian College. Anyway, so right in the middle of Rusholme, exactly to echo what Liam said, like Rusholme's such a melting pot of like, of cultures and stuff like that. Famously, the Curry Mile, Severian's literally on the Curry Mile. It was brilliant to be getting that long distance travel into the city, but it not being daunting because I was kind of used to the city. And then ironically for university, where I went to the Royal Northern College of Music, like I said, that was already on Oxford Road and was 2 minutes from Severian anyway. So really, I've spent from 16 and I'm 26 the other day, like in the city centre. Obviously now I'm in Salford, whatever. But yeah, so like I can only vouch for being like turning into those, what would you call them, those kind of important years of becoming an adult, and especially being a musician. Like, I mean, I've been actually gigging from like 13, 14. So again, I was lucky. Because there was always, you had it exactly the same. There's so many people from RTM that like couldn't do a gig where they were from because there was nowhere to play. Whereas like from 13, 14, even though it was illegal, I was playing pubs and stuff like that.
It's illegal?
Yeah, it's illegal.
For what?
Can't be in a pub at 9 o'clock when you're fucking 13, mate. You ever tried?
So, I don't know, I'm asking the question. Shut your mouth. Go on, Splinter.
So what was...
Splinter, I'm still answering the question.
You're giving these 900-word essays.
What's the last in Manchester? Pretty good.
Yeah. There we go. That's what we want.
What's the last 10 years like in Manchester? All right.
Yeah, it was calm.
Yeah. Only the most figurative years of my life so far. Go on, skip though. Don't matter.
Go on.
I was just asking about university.
No,
we're still... University in Manchester. You both studied in the city centre, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to be anal like Liam, he didn't study in the city centre. Studied in Salford.
Sorry, how close is that to town though?
Well, I would have allowed that, but if it was the other way around, you wouldn't have allowed me with that.
Shut your mouth, carry on.
Yeah, what was it like studying in the, obviously growing up in the city?
I loved it. I think being
studying?
in walking distance, especially from town.
Great uni Salford as well.
Great uni for it. And I think a lot of my friends that I had made there at that point as well, that either weren't from Manchester or whatever, it's my duty to share the experiences of that. So like me and my mate Jack would finish uni and walk to town and we'd be at AMC Cinema in 9 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
That's
like it's
exactly
the best
what
thing.
I did from Severian.
It's the best.
You used to go to AMC Cinema after.
It was the best. I think growing up, if you're in a dead uni and you're in a dead little village or town, there's nothing to do, then your experience is only going to be as good as the place that you're in. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter how good your course.
Yeah. Do you feel sorry for people that go to university on like what? Well, I can't remember what the term is anymore, but where the campus is just like
one building,
and it's not like. Is it just a campus uni? Where did you go?
A Chill.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I've been to a Chill. We played ball against you guys.
All right.
No,
all right?
I know that one.
One night club.
See, that's what I mean.
That's dead.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I mean, to be fair, obviously, where we went to Conservatoire, so it's one building, but like, I suppose Manchester Uni, Salford Uni, there's buildings across that area.
But you've got 3 unis as well there. You've got Uni of, Manmet and Salford, and also like some very smaller independent
and you've got
unis as well.
There's so many universities.
You're literally just packed full of students, so the city's going to cater to that as well.
So vibrant.
And back when I was in uni as well, way back when.
Yeah, back in like
and
1934.
Exactly. It was very cheap everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
September in Manchester. Yeah, September in Manchester is wicked.
Back then.
Shillings.
Yeah.
I have the last question before we go on to our first segment. Biggest thing you've learned since being an adult? So since you finished uni, since you've technically been, you've been an adult since you're 18, but I like to think that when you finish uni, that's when your adulthood. Yeah, that's scary adult. So what's the biggest thing you've learned?
Take the piss.
I swear on my life, I was just about to say, I'm getting real now.
We're getting real.
Let's take the piss.
Everywhere you go, capitalism is killing us. And we've already spoken on this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Everywhere is crazy expensive. I've been paying my own bills for a long time now, but still, it's getting a bit outrageous now. It's getting a little bit silly.
I remember a meme from being like 18 where it was like, you hit university and hit adulthood and realise cheese is expensive, and so many more people have done cocaine than you realise. Block of cheese, £4. Get lost. It's mad, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Oh, you see the place where they've got locks on the cheese, like magnetic locks on cheese.
The security tags on them, yeah.
Security tags on a block of cheese.
For £4 for a block of cheese, I'd expect it to be twerking on the grain itself.
Yeah. Or I'd expect my weight in cheese. Do you know what I mean? So, to answer your question, everything's very expensive. And
I think it's a bit more philosophical than that. Really.
Doesn't have to be. If that's the first thing that
comes to your head. It is the first thing that came to mind about being an adult.
It should be more than that.
Potentially, but
Sam, go on. I'm thinking of a good answer.
Good answer. I'll give you a clue, mate.
That's not to do with BB. And we're going to get to that, but we're going to... That's not to that?
Yeah.
We're going to get to that. And also, that's not...
on this question.
Well, you can answer whatever you want. It's your life.
I think I'm confused by what you're...
He's talking about my lung tattoo.
Oh, yeah, no, that's later, yeah.
That's later.
I'll make a little...
No, the best thing to
learn...
Everything's expensive. Vets do take the piss.
Vets do take the piss.
And
the world's fucked. Politicians are bastards.
But also, life is what you make it. We'll leave it at that.
Excellent.
Apart from external factors like that, which inhibit it sometimes.
Oh, no. I will give yourself some credit, because I think Liam's...
Yeah, gas me up.
I'll gas me up. Liam's got one of the best, summaries of just life, I think. And I've told him before, I've relayed this to a few people recently, that will remain nameless.
Do you give me credit, or do you say it's your own thing?
Well, I gave you credit, just like I'm giving you credit right now.
It's my fake stuff, but go on, calm.
Yeah, I did. I told you these stories. Anyway, people that have because, mid-20s to late 30s, everyone's having a quarter-life crisis, aren't they? And every time someone does that, oh my God.
Sorry, go on.
Every time someone does that, and they're like, oh my God, I don't have a purpose, I don't have this, I don't have that. I say, well, Liam's got...
I know you're thinking about.
There you go. Yeah, you do know what I'm thinking about if you just let me finish. And
sorry, go on.
Because of what we'll get onto of Liam's story, I think he's got the best analysis of it in the sense that, it's just not that deep.
No.
You know what I mean? Find yourself a job that doesn't make you fucking miserable, that will just pay the bills and allow you to do some other stuff. Find someone or some people that are amazing to share that time with, and find something you're passionate about, and something you're passionate about that keeps you active.
Preach.
And life's going to be pretty great.
I said this, I'll give you some...
At least you'll be strong enough to tackle everything that hits you in the face like a frying pan.
Yeah, I said this, that you should have 3 hobbies. One to make you money, one to keep you fit, and one to keep you creative. That was it. So 1 creative, 1 to keep you fit, and 1 to make you money. Yeah. And ideally, if you can have one that does all 3, that's good. I got doing creative stuff. I got 2 in 1 there. Yeah. So I think that's a good key for quick key for happiness. If you got 3 hobbies that fill those 3 requirements, you're killing it.
I feel very lucky. My career is my hobby. Is my all 3 of them are in me too.
That is a low blow. That is a disgusting low jab at him.
Let that sink in.
I was going to say I was literally just about to say
doesn't keep
answered
you fit,
that question so well.
We need to let it in.
That is mad rude. That.
I was just going to say you answered that question really well. Actually, both of you gave different.
Oh, you know what? Shout out to you. Well done.
Really good.
Well done.
And now we're going to go on to our goofy section. Where you will need your...
Well, you want to introduce the segment?
So this is a best friend test. They're going to be getting...
Mr. and Mr.
Yeah, it's like a Mr. and Mrs. I actually don't know the term.
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs.
Is that literally what...
It's All-Star Mr. and Mrs.
All-Star Mr. and Mrs.
Perfect.
No, it's not Family Fortune, is it?
No, it's All-Star Mr. and Mrs.
Same thing.
You're going to have to spin your... Well, go on. Go ahead, Splinter.
So I'm just going to ask him some questions. They're in different formats. So the first one is, when is the other's birthday?
Oh, wait, so who are we doing first, though?
So you'll write down, for this one, it's just as a starter.
Oh, just to get the other person's. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just write the other person's birthday.
That's grim.
That disgusting. Grim. I apologise for all of our audio listeners. We did have whiteboards. I didn't know where they were.
Right.
Okay, you can reveal on go. 3. Oh,
Just whipped him out.
We're too excited for it.
That's right?
Yeah, that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
You're
isn't
both
it?
right. Yeah.
Anyone who knows
You
me,
have to correct each
I
other.
Yes.
get everybody's birthday right to a day or two.
So if you're listening, me and Sam both got it correct. I
always think Liam's is the 23rd.
I got chalk
I
on me
always
already.
think Danielle's is like the 1st of August. Or
The 2nd of August, and it's the 1st of
is.
August.
Do you know the only reason I got that is because I thought it was the 31st. I said it wrong. I said it right by saying it wrong. Honestly, I do it with everyone. I do it with yours. Yours is March, but it's either the 16th or the 18th or the 17th.
It's the 31st.
Wow, that's horrible for you.
He's not mic'd up. You can subtitle that.
You've known him longer than you've known me as well. That's outrageous.
It's because Dave's is the 17th of May.
Nope, Dave's is not. It's the
That's
19th of May.
waffle.
Oh, it's close enough. See what I mean? That's 2 days off. That proves my point.
That isn't right, though.
Then somehow after all of that, you're right, Sam. Well done.
Yeah.
Go on, Splinter, carry on.
Okay, so
your
what we'll
screen.
do is we'll take turns to
Yes.
guess the
Go on.
specific person's answer. So if I say to Liam, what is Sam's favourite takeaway?
Yeah.
You will put your answer
Yeah,
and then
of
you'll put your
course.
guess. So what is Sam's favourite takeaway?
Are we going like brand or are we going?
As in like you open Just Eat, you have £100 gift voucher and it's there.
If you don't say
pick
this,
it.
you're a liar. You're an actual liar if you don't say this. If you don't say this, you're a liar. I'm just showing it for Lils. If you don't say this, you're actually lying. You're actually a liar.
Show me then.
No, write down something.
For me? Oh, fuck.
He just introduced it. Go on.
I mean, you could just show it and then you could...
No, because I need to see what he comes
in a
up
more
with.
dramatic way.
Because I know what his answer
Way
is.
too much like tism for this. I
See,
can't.
Yeah, Pinder's backed it. Pinder's backed it. If he puts anything else, he's actually lying to try and make me get it wrong.
I'm not.
And we're keeping a count here. We're doing a tally of... He's begging it. Come
Do you
on.
need a countdown?
Write down an
Is
answer. Thanks for making this really hard for me to edit. It's a long ass pause.
That was the most generic one.
He's messing about.
On show. 3, 2, 1, show.
See, that's why I asked, because I thought pizza.
Do you see what I mean? See what I'm dealing with?
No.
It's the only
Can
thing
we
he eats.
reverse that?
Every time we've ever gone to Spoons, this man eats pizza.
Listen,
every time.
but he said
I've lost my sponge.
Listen, the reason I asked is because if I open Uber Eats, I
This is
don't
what I mean.
order from pizza, do I? That's why I asked. Because I even
I knew he
gave
was
him the
gonna do
answer
this.
before, and what did I say?
I knew he was going to do this.
What did I say when I
You
answered
said
to you?
pizza.
I said pizza.
I knew he was going to do
said
it.
pizza.
So I'm right then.
You are right. I'm not trying to get you wrong.
Right, but
Put me a tally.
technically wrong because we're going off the answer it gives in process.
no.
That's why
I got a backing from multiple people in the room, and you told me before.
Liam,
Give me a point.
Were you in the room when I said, are you talking brand or Uber Eats?
Didn't hear that.
Okay.
Next question. My go.
I think I know you're right. Pizza is the answer.
Okay, yeah, so then it will be the same question. What
I
is
got a fucking
Liam's
clue.
You're making me
favourite
mad, you know.
I
takeaway?
got a fucking clue.
Yeah, you're mad, you. Whoa, dial it back. Don't give me any clues.
This was the only one I was really not confident on, to be fair. It's a long answer, that.
I'm just decorating it.
Um,
I'm not looking at screen.
screen?
iPad baby.
iPads weren't around when I was a baby.
Oh, duh.
We were on these. We were on short.
Sorry, I'm a moron. It's just hit me. Thank you.
A food group, not specific.
See, again, that's not what he's asking.
did say Just Eat before, though. When you Just Eat.
Yeah, what would
Shut
you
up,
say?
you're here as a guest.
Thank you.
Don't help him
Well,
out.
this is it. It gets all cocky, and that's not what the question was.
I'll give it to you. If I think you've got an
What
answer,
are you
I would
clicking
deem
on?
right.
What are you clicking on?
That's not what I'm doing though.
You're not clicking on.
All right, let's just see. Let's just see what you put because you could do this.
Yeah, I do.
I'll give it you if I
All
think
right,
it's
ready?
fair. You ready?
3,
3, 2, 1,
show.
go. What'd you put? I'll give it him. I put Chinese.
Why will he give it me?
Fit it.
That's not the same
I think
thing.
I spelled Chinese wrong.
Damn, did you think it was KFC?
I spelled Chinese wrong.
Thank you. His wife said
You
KFC.
can have KFC. Give him a point. Give him a point.
Suck my bollocks.
You can give a.
I can't. You can't twist the rules. So technically, neither of you are on
can't
any
twist the
points.
rules.
No,
It's
I've
a
got
weird
the right
podcast.
answer.
But
right,
guess
You
what?
got it wrong.
It's my show, so
Yes.
neither of you are on points.
Fair
all right?
enough.
That's a good point.
Fair
Yeah?
enough. Go on. Next question.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. You wrote brand, I wrote type, and then you swapped.
Well,
and
this
I'm
is why we're
blaming
the
you for
same.
that.
Splinter, keep it going. 0-0.
Okay. Next question. What is Sam's favourite movie?
Come on.
I think you'll get that easy. Because. Oh, yeah. Sure. Because I always say there could be a million answers for this, but I try and vocalise one for this exact reason that if it ever comes to $1 million question on Family Fortunes, I need people to know what it is. Or he's putting fucking like bells on top. Little cherry and ice cream.
Okay,
Right, ready?
done.
Oh, so it's the Chronicles and Arnie, apparently.
3, 2, 1, show.
Eternal Sunshine or...
You're fucking I'm so
Sunshine.
fuming with that. I always say that to you.
He does say Forrest Gump and I did forget. Although I think Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind is his favourite
both
film.
of them
now.
are in the list. They are both in the list. But
Wow.
I kept that easy
The
for
mad
you.
thing is,
I kept
I've
that
got
easy
like
for you.
5 and I don't even know which one it is. So
I know exactly what
it's
you're
going to
going
be
to put.
lucky if
And
we put the same one.
If you fucking lie about this, I'm going to be
All right, Sam,
shaking.
what is Liam's favourite movie?
I could be a prick and not give him a point here, but I don't want to do that because I
gonna be-
believe in the
I've been
integrity of
trying to get him.
competition.
Oh.
All right, are we ready? 3,
Drop my chalk.
3, 2, 1, show. We've got a point on the board.
Yes!
It's not a dead segment.
Come on.
Audio listeners,
Shouldn't
that
have been a
was,
dead segment. He's just a
Excuse
dead
me.
guy.
for audio listeners, that was La La Land. Although it could have been quite a few.
Yes, but
Let's keep it going.
because you always vocalise La La
Do.
Land, like I always vocalise Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go again. Sam, who is Liam's favourite rapper?
Easy. Bosh, give me the point now. He's lying. Fucking. I'm so angry right now.
All right, show on 3, 2, 1.
MC Hammer.
show.
You're a lying prick.
I wouldn't say it. I would
We
say
did your list on
We
this
did.
podcast.
No, we did.
And he wasn't number one.
I wouldn't know. You said, no, what was the question? Did you say who's the best? Or did you say who's my favourite?
Favourite.
K-Dot, Kendrick. Thank you. No point.
He's trying to stitch me
I'm
up.
genuine, I'm not.
He's trying to
What was I?
stitch
I'm
me
not.
up.
And I thought
He's
you
trying to
would have
sit-
done the same thing.
I swear
No,
to
I
God,
think
clip
it's the
up the
best.
episode where we talk about your favourite rapper.
Yeah.
And it'll be Nas.
All right, Liam, who is Sam's favourite rapper?
Oh, I know. He's done that because he knows he's going to get this right. I should say Rizzle Kicks right now. Do you know what? I really should.
Vanilla Ice.
I don't want to write it. I don't want to give him the point because I didn't know we were fucking doing Big Brother points where we like,
You got nice handwriting.
shut up, give him the point.
3, 2, 1.
Give him the
Kendrick.
point. Give him the point.
You know, I did think
You're-
about putting Kanye. But
If
then
you want
I
an
thought,
I'm a
you know,
Celeb, you'd be that guy that's like just snaking on everyone trying to get.
Of course I
trying
would
to get
be.
votes.
Okay, your next question. We'll go with Liam. Who is Sam's GOAT sportsman? So there is,
See,
is the
this-
crown of the sports,
This,
everything
Sam
to him.
could have, genuinely, Sam could have 10 answers I could give you for so many different reasons. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. CR7. Wrote even the same way. Wrote even the exact same way.
If you say it's Yao Ming now, I'm going to break your neck.
Why would it be Yao Ming?
Because you're a prick.
No, we don't know the question's going to be.
It's the same question.
I'm not assuming anything.
All right, Sam, who is Liam's GOAT sportsman?
I'm like 80% on this because the same thing. It could be different. Because like I always think
There's two in that argument. Isn't
I
there?
always think it. I'd like to say someone like Muhammad Ali for me, but I do think Ronaldo. So he's either going to say this or fucking
All right, ready to show? 3, 2,
Novak
2, 1.
Djokovic or some
Show.
shit.
Lego James.
Lego James.
Are you keeping
I am, yeah.
Because I'm really pissed off right now.
All right, we're doing good though. We're doing all right.
You're doing good because you lie all the time.
Okay. This one might be a little easy, but we'll just
I
double
thought
check.
that
It's a
about
best
a few
friend
of them.
test, isn't it? So, you got to make sure. Sam, what is Liam's dream job?
This is such a difficult one.
This
and
is where I
will-
answered too.
This one, I'm unsure, and I'll allow if he gives something good enough, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I vouch for that because
If he gives something good, if he put something similar to what I put, even in the same street, then I'll allow it.
I'm not going to take any massive risks.
No. Oh, did you hear that?
It's like you pulled a muscle.
I'm sure the audio listeners enjoyed that sound.
I know.
We should
Sorry.
have done this right down the mic.
Looks like a
All right,
glitter now.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready to show in 3,
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I put
Something creative. This is what I'm working
You know what the
with.
mad thing is? You know what the mad thing is? I genuinely tried to help him because I thought he would think it's basketball, which is very sure.
So I
but
won't write it
thought,
down. So I
Listen,
won't write that down.
Oh, am I talking? Shut your
Honestly.
mouth. I thought if I put something creative, or if he put something like design it, something creative, I thought if he puts anything like that, I'd give him the point because he's right. But either of these could be a right answer.
That's
but
not
it's
creative though.
I'm afraid I just
Basketball is a very
can't give.
creative sport, but don't give it him.
So
I really tried to help him.
Yeah.
Don't give it him. I tried to help him. I could have
He
just
didn't
put
write an answer.
basketball.
He wrote a subcategory.
Also, how's it a dream job I can do to what? I'm 35 and I'm out.
So it's no one's dream to be a basketballer. No one's dreamed to be a footballer.
Either way, don't give him the point. I tried to help him.
Let's just.
Oh,
I can feel
honestly,
that anger.
the
Just
fucking bimbo baggins over here.
Liam, what is Sam's dream job? Just. He has a business card and he has a little word underneath his little name.
This isn't fair.
No, it's
Because I have a business card that fucking says it on it.
I have one in my wallet. I have your business card in my wallet. It's
Good.
funny, isn't it?
Because I'm your boss.
I'm holding my board up so I can, because I'm your boss, so I can't see your answer. Long ass story.
Right,
this.
ready to show in 3, 2, 1, go.
He's doing it. That's not the wrong answer because I've heard him say it.
No, he's right.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, I'll give you the point.
You should get my granddad on the
I'll
show
give
when
you
he said
the
when I was 8 years old, I said, I'm telling you, granddad, I'm going to be a footballer or a musician.
You're a footballer for a bit.
Yeah, and then I snapped my leg.
Classic
I would have got in the
excuse.
World Cup if I didn't break my leg after I'd stopped playing football.
How many dads around the world have been saying that to their kids?
At the moment, Liam is 3-2 up, which I know
3-2 up.
Fucking liar.
Mercy.
No, he's not.
He is.
Oh,
I've
thank you.
kept score just to keep even more anger going into this next round. What is your preferred pizza topping?
If he
I'm
lies here,
fuming.
So we'll do Liam
he's a
guessing
prick
for
for this.
Sam's.
I'm guessing for
favourite.
Sam's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's going to put like cheese and tomato, like just being a bellend for no reason.
Which
Wait,
one's
is this
the-
one mine, this one? This one yours or mine?
This is yours, Sam.
I just said my name, otherwise I wouldn't know who you're talking to.
He's so cocky, isn't he?
All right, we're ready? 3, 2, 1, show.
Meat feast.
I'm almost angry that you're getting them right now. I swear to God.
Did he not say before we started? And it's good having an audience for once. He goes, "You're going to win this." Did he not say that?
Yeah, he did say that.
Thank you.
All right, vice versa. Sam, what is Liam's favourite pizza topping? Oh, you look stunned.
I'm fairly confident, but because he's a weapon, I don't really trust him.
All right, ready to show in 3, 2, 1.
Of course, it's pepperoni. Of course it is. I'm not trying to get too crazy with it. Have you seen, speaking of that, Domino's, the Japanese pizzas they're doing?
What?
They're putting everything under the sun on their pizzas, and they look.
Was that a
disgusting.
Japan pun because of the sun
No,
and the flag?
no, wasn't.
That was a cool little waste of time there. Sorry.
Wasn't it? Sorry. Back on track.
Liam, what is Sam's go-to drink on a night out?
On a night out.
Ooh.
Oh, prick. I'm so predictable. I'm realising how predictable I am right now. It's really pissing me off. I'm going to start drinking tequila sunrises or something just to be awkward.
Please don't do that. No one wants that.
Yeah, no. Dave Smith drinks them. See what I mean?
Another reason as to why he's not
See
here.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I love you, you bastard.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't need to look.
Yeah, there's always going to be one. Okay, and vice versa. Sam, what is Liam's go-to drink on a night out?
If either of these are right, I should get the point.
You're down 2 points. I'll give it you.
1 point. I'm down 1 point, aren't I?
He's down 1 point.
Technically, at the minute, you're down 2 points.
Yeah, but okay.
Okay. You ready?
Ready to show in 3, 2, 1, go.
What's he put?
Was it cider?
Fruit cider or rum and coke is exactly what I thought.
exactly that.
That should be 2 points.
I put cider
That should
or
be
rum
2
and coke.
points.
No,
That's 2 answers.
Listen.
That's
I'm
two
being
answers.
kind to him. I'm being kind to him.
The only reason I'm going to give you 2 points is because we're down to the last question,
You total prick.
and then you'll be tied.
That is such
That
a
makes
prick
sense,
move.
right?
You
Yeah,
planned
that
this
makes
and I
sense.
love it.
That
Fair,
is
thank
such a
you.
weak move from you as host.
Honestly, this should be the Matt Rowe podcast.
I was kind
from
to
now on.
him. I was going to put cider for, you know what? Or I might do rum and coke because I'm very
I
partial.
was trying to before when I clarified what the answer was and you still said something else.
Shut your mouth. Go on.
All right, this one's a little tricky, but you know,
Really?
the tiebreak has to be tricky. What cartoon world would you want to live in? So we'll
This is
do-
I
easy.
actually know this, and this is very easy. And I think when I show it, it'll go, that makes sense. You would think that.
Okay, we'll do Liam guessing for Sam first then.
Okay. I think this is hard because I
Try
had
to
to
listen
think.
to his squiggles. And
I
try
had
and
to
figure
think about it.
It's a solid answer. That's,
What you'll say is probably like I would agree with, but it's not what I put.
this tiebreak around. I've got to be a bit harsh, haven't I?
That is a good one, that though.
Thank you. I wrote it myself.
If you don't get this, it's only because you've not thought of it.
Yeah, 100%. That's
Do you know what I mean?
right. I'm going to put something I know is definitely wrong, and it's only because
Sam,
That's
he
right.
doesn't even.
I know it's right. I didn't see it, but I'm looking at his hand
I
movement.
saw-
He didn't. He's not even a big cartoon
I'm
watcher.
telling you what he's put.
You
All right,
ready?
ready to show? 3,
Actually, he didn't write what I
two,
thought.
1, go.
Rick and
Yes!
Morty. Actually, what is the worst
saw the
universe?
RICK.
That's the worst universe to live in, but all right.
You
Why
can
would wanna
time
live in
travel and jump through portals
You're
like
not
that.
Rick, bro. You're you.
Do you think I won't be sliding his DMs like that?
Do you think he's the kind of guy who goes, oh, yeah, sounds
be
like
a
a cool
great
guy?
guest.
Have you
on
seen
here,
how tall
wouldn't
I am? I'd be a great Morty.
Yeah, you can audition to be a Morty.
All right, same question. Sam, you need to get
Easy
this
this.
title.
Oh, I
I
don't
might as well get this before you would.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
a
the
big
fucking
clue.
answer to one of his weird Japanese cartoons, though, do I?
Do you hear this? Disgusting, isn't it?
I'm going to pick one of them. Oh, this is going to fucking make me lose, isn't it?
Good deal, you get it right, and I have to come up with a question on the spot.
Yeah,
I'm going to put
easy.
two.
Easy. I know what I'm not even look. I know exactly what he's going to put, and he'll be wrong with it. It's not a bad guess, but he'd be wrong with it. You said to live in. He'd be wrong with it.
Yeah, but he's going to be dead awkward, be like, oh, because this one has a really safe world to live in. I'm talking about adventure.
All right, we're ready. Show in 3, 2, 1, go.
Avatar. I knew you'd be annoyed because you know that. That's my go-to show. Sam put One
can
Punch
ask you
Man
what your go-to show
and
was.
Attack on Titan. 2 worlds I'm dying in. Day 1 I'm dead.
I think I'm not dying in Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty die in every episode of Rick and Morty.
You know what I genuinely thought you were going to put? The
I knew it was going to
Simpsons.
be awkward.
I thought you'd put The Simpsons, and I would have given you the point for The Simpsons because that would have been fair. But I obviously put Avatar, and I'd be an Earthbender.
That's harsh loss, but technically you shouldn't have made it to the tiebreak anyway, Sam.
You know how he's
Shut
annoyed
up,
though
you.
because he knows that he's like, I should have got that.
Yeah, but like I said, it was going to be one of the weird ones. That's the least weird one, to be fair.
It's the least weird one.
That's the only one I've seen.
It's not even
one of those ones.
It's not even Japanese. It's made by Americans.
Yeah.
Okay, that's our best friend.
Right,
That's a great
This is
segment.
going in the lake.
Who
We
won?
can do it again. You know, this could just be like a bit
No, we're
of
doing
a-
it again. We're doing
Give
it
me 10
again.
more questions right now.
We're doing it again.
I'm pulling
I'll
it back.
get chat up
We're not
and we'll
stopping
see.
until I've proven I'm the best friend ever made.
Well, there's another game later. You can prove yourself
Okay.
on that one.
What's your favourite chocolate bar, by the way? Because I couldn't think
Me?
if that came up. Because I think
See, I'm a bit like your wife. I change by the month.
I know you do, and I thought if that comes up, I wouldn't get it. And I was going to ask Lil's forehand, but it didn't come up anyway. So I didn't know what it
At
would
the
be.
moment, I'd say Dairy Milk Oreo.
You know what? I would have got the point because I would have gone Dairy Milk.
Yeah,
Standard.
it's always a Dairy Milk variant or
What's
a
mine?
Galaxy variant.
What's mine?
Yours, you like whatever weird shit goes in the fridge because you freeze your chocolate and weird stuff like that.
Not chocolate bar though.
Milky Bar,
No.
Dairy Milk.
No.
Crunchy.
Love a crunchy, but no. You're the most right so far. That's my number 2. That was my favourite
So
childhood,
like a
but
whisper, like a
Not
golden
a
You got
whisper.
what's left? Like Dairy Milk and Galaxy dominate
no.
the
The
big
ghost, shut your mouth with Boost.
ones. Boost and mint. I
Nah,
love Boost.
dead that. Don't hear no double decker, nothing. It's still
Mars,
not been said, it's the
Snickers.
best one.
Snickers.
No.
That is the best chocolate bar.
I do love Snickers, that's my 3.
Aero.
Nope. Oh, I love an Aero Mint.
I can't think of anything other than Dairy Milk and Galaxy.
You're leaving out the greatest.
And I
Dan,
said
give him a
Milky
shout.
Bar. She don't know. What's his favourite chocolate?
Kinder Bueno White, thank you very much.
Fair,
Yeah,
absolutely
fair.
fair. Yeah, I
Yeah,
should've
do you see
forgot
the nods across the
I
room?
should've forgot that.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it just me that thinks of like the
Love
big bar
it.
when people ask that?
There is no big bar. What do you mean?
Obviously, there's no big bar Kinder Bueno. That's why I didn't get it. But I mean, like Dairy
think
Milk.
of
Galaxy,
guessing
I think
the
of
£1
big
Oh,
bars,
I
bars.
see what you're
yeah.
saying, but
Do you
no.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would
Kinder Bueno
agree on that. Actually,
White.
to be fair,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
definitely.
All the little hippos.
Now I've had the white one. I can't go back.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
the brown ones are dead. They're not
Yeah,
as good at all.
Just
Not as good.
All right, so for this next segment, I'm kind of doing a bit more like solo questions, but obviously you can both
Solo.
kind of
Okay.
get involved as they go. So I'll do like
Yeah, I'll
one
make sure to
each,
cut into him when he goes on for like 90 minutes.
oh no.
just a bit of one each. So Liam, how has Feel Weird allowed you to be creative?
That's a great question because although Sam likes to give me as much creative freedom in the editing and the design as
I
possible.
really thought there was a dig coming then. I was
No, it
getting ready.
wasn't. Because he knows that obviously I know what I'm talking about and I deliver so much of stuff. But it's good because I can go to him and go, hey, what do you think of this? For something we're going to talk about later, which I'm not revealing yet. For some bits that we're doing for the show, little clue, and go, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And he goes, that I really love, but maybe let's change it and do this. When I go, great idea. Or he'll come with me and he'll go, what do you think? Can you recreate this? And I go,
Yeah.
this I like, but here's how I'll make it better. And you go, you've done it, you made it better. So I think it's a case of, because I love doing it, I love drawing, I do it every day. I'm always creating things for the show, for the branding of Feel Weird. And his thing is just to go, love that, maybe change that, let's use this for that. Do you know what I mean? And there's infinite products, possibilities, and whatever that can be made from the stuff that I do. So that's why I enjoy to do it.
To branch off that, that's another reason, another one of the many obvious reasons why I wanted Liam on board, because as much as Feel Weird Studios is like my absolute baby in my heart and soul, like I always bounce off better bounce off people better. And like I said, Liam was always kind of in the wings helping me with the graphic design stuff anyway. But like, I knew that if there was something that he was tied into as much as I was tied into, it was only going to make for great results because we work well together like that.
We both want it to be successful.
If I come up with something that's dog shit, he will tell me it's dog shit and vice versa.
100%.
And like most great partnerships, we will disagree on things.
All
and
the
we will
time.
agree on things. But
it's something like if Phil Weird's his baby, I'm the stepdad.
Absolutely.
I'm the dad who stepped up. Do you know what I mean?
That's a Phil Weird
live,
t-shirt.
laugh, love over here.
That's perfect.
Come on.
Go on, sorry, carry on.
Now, Sam, where do you want Phil Weird to be in the next year? Obviously started and it's had a load of different movements.
Next summer. Next summer.
year.
So
this time next year.
I'm going to break that answer into two and break that into the Phil Weird Studios as the umbrella of everything and then the podcast. And then on the second one, I'll get Liam to chime in what he please. But for the studio, I've always got some massive ideas for the studio. To be honest, the first obvious one would just be to have still been growing the community that we've got, because I always wanted it to be like, obviously it's my thing, but like have a bit of a team and then build like a bit of a community, like regulars and stuff like that. And that's happening now and it's growing and that's really cool. But then kind of one of the things at the end of that I always wanted was a Phil Weird writing camp. So this is a bit of an exclusive because I've put the feelers out to a couple of musicians, but because I'm so lucky to have like a big network of some like world-class musicians, of people that have come through these doors already and people that I've like worked with that are literally like Grammy winners. Like we know, I'm not going to drop names, but we know Grammy winners. Like why would I not want them like all in one room? Do you know what I mean? So that's been a big dream. And to be fair, the only reason I think we could have pulled that off this summer, but
you want to make sure it's right.
Yeah, and I've just been too busy, to be honest. I know that's a lazy excuse because I couldn't have been too busy, but it has to be the main thing. And I want to do like a week of, the idea being everybody coming in across, it being like an open door throughout the week. Everyone coming in and out and have 30, 40 top class musicians, creatives, even if it's videographers, rappers, instrumentalists, singers, all sorts, in one place. And then everything we come up with, either I'm still torn between performing it on like a showcase in the studio on the end of the week, but also releasing it as like a compilation of like a collaboration thing. I think that would be mint. That's my big dream with the studio, amongst the obvious of it just like growing and continuing.
Of course, yeah.
But honestly, from the age of, well, whenever I decided I was going to go into music, I always wanted my own studio. I've been really lucky to do some big live gigs and like work with some big artists and stuff like that. But as much as I love playing live and it's like always a part of me and it's literally what I do for a living, I've always wanted to have my own studio. So like, I just want that bit to continue. And then to go to the next bit with the podcast, which I know Liam agrees with me, but I want to give him a chance to bounce off on, is we really want to grow to the point where we can do a live podcast show and have like fans and people that care and like fellow creatives in the room. And one thing that I'm always kind of like just spitballing with, which I might have said to Liam, I might have not, is just, especially the first one, do it in here and have people, maybe if it's guests that have been on the podcast, perform live and everything and be like a proper, just a cool night. But then obviously the big dream is like, we've been talking about the Apollo, haven't we? Like that's the one I want to get to.
Yeah.
Like the overlap, like Gary Neville gets these 3,000 people to all in the room on the stage, just having a laugh. So what
That's a great goal.
As usual, Sam has waffle copped it on and given a great answer, but also delivered exactly what I would have said, and he's 100% right. If we get some merch out, get some bits out from a commercial perspective, continue to grow as we've been doing on all of our platforms, and then do, like I said as well, live shows. Something like you saw last year, this year even, Shits and Gigs did an arena tour.
Yeah, man.
Like O2 Arena, which is, I don't know how, what's the capacity of O2 Arena?
20,000 in it?
Gotta
15?
be, at least. Because I think MEN's
Is MEN bigger than it?
Is 15,000 and it's bigger. O2's bigger. So I think they're
20.
doing like an arena. And obviously they've been going a long time and an enormous podcast, but
That's
I think to do a
crazy, that,
live
though.
show
20,000
is huge. And certainly Apollo's a great place for it, and I would like to do that. So maybe a tall ask in a year, but
I know I'll get bullied for waffling, but Liam's just made a really good point that I'm really annoyed I forgot. But the Feel Weird clothing was always supposed to be a really big part of this.
There's a question that I think ties into that.
Is there?
No.
No.
Then say it now.
Okay, there we go.
Never mind.
So Feel Weird clothing was like the idea I had, it was actually what Feelweird was first, because when we were with the charity, the studio was called something else. And I started the clothing brand, started making the clothes myself. And then I started to sell them on the night of my EP launch last year. And then literally within like 2 weeks, I took the studio. Well, I was told I was going to take the studio on. And I decided to tie everything under that one name and change the studio to that name. And then obviously I got super busy building the business. So the clothing took a back step. So as much as I'm still making the clothes, I've just not released that properly yet. And then when the success of the podcast, and obviously Liam being a graphic designer, we've always kind of thought of spitball ideas, haven't we? But like we're now putting together like a proper merch range, which I think's so perfect, because we've got like the podcast and the studio and blah, 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 like merch that's proper nice designs. And then it's still going to have the one-off unique pieces of the stuff that we make. So that's another big thing, because I'd like to be like, genuinely like shout out to Drama Call, someone like that. Do you know what I mean? Like a brand that's tied into the city. Like I see dreams like I want to be, United do so many partnerships with like local brands. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? And we're 2 minutes from Trafford, so Old Trafford, so perfect. So that's a big one. I'm not really asked about making money off it as much. I want people to be wearing it, and I want it to be like part of the culture kind of thing. That's one thing we're to agree on.
Next question is for you, Liam. It has been 7 years since you won your fight with lung cancer. If you'd want to talk about that in any kind of way. I don't know where to start, I guess.
Well, firstly, what time? How were we looking like for time? What were we on?
52 minutes.
That's pretty not bad at all. I think to give context for it, take a step back. He said 7 years ago, age 20, diagnosed with, the medical term is a wheelbarrow's worth of cancer. That's the official term doctors use. So it's testicular, lymph node, lung, and double brain, which isn't the correct term, but brain in 2 places.
Cancer tried to double tap you, didn't it?
It double tapped me. I was down no plates.
Tried to, didn't.
I had to get the rev from Dr. Welch, and he came in with he brought me back for the buy station.
Yeah.
But I think from this time, so obviously a very long period going through that with 2 major surgeries, 6 months of chemo, in-house. In-house? What's the phrase? Inpatient.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not trying to say. And I think looking back from it now, and the sort of difference in my life now is more just my attitude towards everything within life. Because when you're on death's door, not even death's door, I was inside death's living room. Like I was already in the house, do you know what I mean?
Drop the bomb. What was the percentage of living?
They said 3% feels like an accurate way around, but it's kind of difficult. And I remember when Dan, my then fiance, asked him, was like, but is he going to be okay though? And they couldn't commit, and they were like, we'll do the best we can. And that's kind of it. It's kind of up to him and how he's going to react to it. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm such a positive person.
You're
in general. And I was already
weren't you?
positive before that for sure. I barely changed. But they said without that positivity, there's no way you're getting through it, because so much of your attitude and your outlook determines your health. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's tied together, isn't it?
100%. Because there was never a point where I said to Dan, my family, anyone else going, if I don't make it, here's what I want to happen. Do you know what I mean? There was never a time when if I don't, just saying, here's a song I want playing at my funeral.
Yeah.
Or here's what I want doing with my Xbox. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Do you know what I mean? There was never that question. Because it was never
right to the Christie's, mate.
Yeah, they would have swiped it and the MacBook they gave me. But the point is that since then and all that, my outlook has not changed other than just being more positive, because that's what got me through that.
How long was it from when you got the diagnosis to when
it was
had
August
your last operation?
2016 diagnosis, right at the end of it. Started chemo September till the end of January. And then, I already had a testicular removal surgery before that, like in the end of August. Then started.
That was ASAP, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he said, get that gone and we might have done it all and be fine. Did a scan, find out it's not fine. You've got a wheelbarrow's worth, obviously is what they say. And then did 6 months of chemo till the end of September. And then they kind of let you rest for a bit, but they had to still get a little bit more out, which is the much that they can do with the chemo without actually killing you.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's just poison that they're feeding you. And then in April, had the lung surgery, so a third of my right lung. And then it was only after then a checkup in May 26th when they're like, okay, you're finished, you're good. So then they keep an eye on you for like the next, come every 2 months, and then you come every 4 months, and you come every 6 months, and then every year, and going on and going on. And it was only last year I was fully like, Yeah, you're
need
good
to go back.
You're good
Yeah,
to be.
you're off the books last year.
Yeah,
Incredible.
a good way to put it.
It's
You're
mad
off the
that the
books.
actual journey was less than a year, though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the chemo's
Relentless.
Relentless is a good way to put it. So it's 17 hours a day, 6 days a week for 3 weeks out of 4, like in a month.
Yeah.
So you're
With
kind of
major
on the
surgeries
clock.
in between it.
With major
That
surgeries
is
in between
minor.
it as well, just to sprinkle on. So you're living there. Do you know what I mean? But thankfully, shout out obviously the Christie was only in Wythenshawe, or just outside it. I guess it's more Didsbury, innit?
Didsbury, yeah.
And I only lived in Oldham at the time, so it's not too far. And there's people that are on wards that I knew
Oh, man, yeah.
that had travelled miles and miles and hours for their kids or whatever, because it was a young people's ward, to try and see them. And for me, it's, it's half an hour's drive to get
of
back.
course.
Yeah.
So it's a relentlessly, outrageously, physically demanding thing to go through, because obviously you cut an enormous amount of weight. Like I was like 101 kg and I went down to 83. So like sticks and bones. For me, that is 83 for me is built like spaghetti. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's like 5'8", he's a big guy.
Yeah, exactly, spot on. So, and I think so after that, all that time, and then now just looking back at it every year in May, I'm just reminded of how lucky and blessed I am. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
was the chemo the hardest part of like the journey, or
Yeah,
was it
no
just like
question.
the motivation
Physically, yeah.
through it? Like,
Yeah, no, the emotional part is you just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but the actual part of it, because you're so physically weak, not just strength wise, like lifting things, but I guess just your fatigue. Like speaking of United, the De Gea came. Who was it?
Oh,
What's
right.
it called?
I wonder
Came
where
to
you were going
visit
with that.
in the
Eric Bailly, and was it Juan Mata?
Juan Mata came in.
Yeah.
And a couple of United players came in. And like obviously they signed some bits, and I've lost all of them now, which is annoying because
Yeah,
they would
because
sit
obviously
here.
he was like, oh, sweet, John Terry's here.
Yeah, I don't know who any of them are. No, I recognised the I knew the keeper.
Did
He'd
you?
been there time, yeah.
Oh, right.
But they obviously give you loads of signed bits and whatever for all the other people that were there. But that's by far the most taxing part, more than the surgeries, which were already like really
Mental,
tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your journey.
Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
Taking an interest.
I'm just going to swiftly move on and act like that just never happened.
That's cool.
Well, he's alive, isn't he?
I'm fine, I'm here.
So Sam, I got a question for you. What is your favourite method of creativity? Obviously, you do quite a few different stuff. Feel where it does fashion, it does music, does all kinds of different stuff. What is your?
Well, I'd like to think my bread and butter is obviously just making music. I think, like probably most creatives would answer, as much as I am like 99% of my life is music, it does like waver. Like, I think because music's been my life for like 15 years, whenever I do something else that's creative, that seems so much more exciting, but more just because it's newer, because that's just what I'm like. Like when I started making the clothes, it was like my favorite thing. I couldn't believe how fun it was. And to be honest, even like making the studio and putting stuff together, like Liam will probably remember me telling him on like Call of Duty at 2 a.m, but considering it's so rare, as you'll know yourself, it's so rare you see the fruits of your labour as a musician. Like, honest, unless you're playing a sold out show, playing your original music and everyone's going, that was great. Like, when do you actually see the fruits of your labour? Not that often at all. Whereas like coming in here and it was insert picture here of what this dungeon looked like before I came in. Like even something as silly as painting a wall and then leaving, coming back the next day and being like, that wall looks better than it did yesterday.
Yeah.
Like
slow
just
progress,
actually
isn't it?
seeing the progress in front of me, like black and white, night and day. I really enjoyed that. And to be fair, like there's a chance the studio's probably going to move in the next year to literally about 2 minutes away. But like people have been like, oh my God, are you not terrified by that? And I swear to God, there's like a part of me that's like, no, I get to do that again. Do you know what I mean? Because I barely slept. And to be fair, as much as it took a long time to build, and obviously it's evolved a lot, but within a month of me bashing it, like it was ready to go.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't sleep and I really enjoyed it. That's what I mean. Like people thought I was doing crazy hours, but I enjoyed it because it was creative. And it was weird because like my dad was a plumber and I was working as a plumber from the age of like 10, my dad had had me going from like, instead of going on like school holidays, I'd always have to work with my dad. And from like 10 to 14, he was making brooms and hoovering up behind him. So it was crap. But from 14, I could actually do stuff. And it's so funny now because like those skills all took place and I realized how creative it was in a weird way. Like being a labourer, you wouldn't think is creative, but like my dad used to laugh about him making a bathroom, like he had artistic control and he was like proud of it. And weird segue, but to put context to it, my dad once got in trouble for the company he was working for, or whatever. And the plumbing merchants, that was it, sorry, because some woman, he made this bathroom for this woman, and then she was like, when he finished, he was like dead proud of it. He was like, so what are you going to do? And she was like, I'm going to paint that wall purple. And he went, you're fucking not. This got relayed back to the owner of the plumbing merchants. She was like, Darren, you can't tell a customer what colour she's going to paint the bathroom. And he went, that bathroom looks mint and she ain't ruining it with purple paint. And he had it out with this woman.
I respect it.
And so like plumbing's creative, who would have known? Anyway, I'm joking. But yeah, so I'm saying all that, but obviously like there's nothing that hits the same as like sitting and writing music. I love writing music with other people, but writing my own music and performing music. And as much as I do it, I gig 3-4 times a week and I work in the studio every other day and I'm teaching music and blah, 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 in school, sorry, and blah, blah, blah. Still, if I've got 10 minutes, I'll be singing someone else's song or playing someone else's song because it's still the freshest and like the way I enjoy doing it the most. Yeah.
So obviously having like Phil would start and you're going through different routes, it obviously takes like a lot of attitude to commit to such a big project. So what is it that inspires you the most, do you think?
What, attitude-wise?
I think just in general, attitude, I guess it kind of all comes in together, motivation, inspiration, that kind of thing.
Well, I guess that's a pretty good segue into my deep, dark tragedy story. I'm joking. But, well, I guess, yeah, so my big inspiring thing and all that stuff was one of the big reasons why me and Liam became so close. And it's because in 2020, well,
2020?
No, 2020, yeah, but my dad was diagnosed in I think it was 2018 or late 2017 with a grade 4 glioblastoma, brain tumour. And the weird thing was, I mean, I was 19 and I think at 18, I remember being like, wow, this is mad. Everyone in my family is alive and well. And I had nothing. And at 18, my nan got breast cancer. My other nan passed. My dad got brain tumour. And then ever since, it's been like some kind of Skittles on a bowling lane. You know what I mean? Everyone's just like gone. But that was so dark, sorry. But anyway, but my dad was obviously like the biggest one for me. Because my dad was like my best mate. And like I said, I worked with him my dad got diagnosed on a Monday. And because it was a brain tumour, it was going in on the Thursday to have brain surgery. And obviously they take your driving licence, everything, like, stop your life, nothing's going to happen now. Like, obviously, I mean, he was given 8 months to live and he lasted just 3 years, I think it was, just near 3 years. But anyway, my point being, on Monday, he was told all this. Tuesday, he was in work in the morning and got my mum to drive me in because he wanted to finish this bathroom for this old woman because she was like left without a bathroom or whatever. So that kind of sums up what my dad was like. But my dad was like the pushiest dad in the world, and we always used to joke about how much we'd clash because we'd fight all the time about it. But I wasn't a spoiled little shit. Like, I understood what he was doing, was trying to help me. But the thing I always say to like paint the picture is he'd give me a lift to a train station. When I say I went to Severian College, give me a lift in the train station at like 6 a.m, sit down in his van, whack a fucking clipboard on the wheel and be like, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? I'd be like, Dad, it's 6 a.m, I've been awake 12 seconds. Like, no, I haven't. Or
he wanted you to be great.
He wanted me to be great. And to be fair, I always remember the reason he had me working for him was, considering now I'm 26 and I look at like labourers and builders and blah, 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 and working class people. And obviously, like, I think they're the backbone of society. As much as my dad had respect for his trade, my dad was saying to me, every time I went to work with him, he'd say, you're doing this so that you try at school because I don't want you ending up doing this. And it almost did the opposite because like I worked really hard at school and stuff, but it didn't scare me away from that stuff. If anything, I got more respect for it. But yeah, my dad was just super, super pushy. And I think ever since he's not been here, I'm very lucky that like, because I knew he was quite proud of me and I knew he had that love and support anyway. I'm not like chasing this like sad desire to prove him wrong or like make him proud of it because I'm lucky enough to know he already was. But for example, just this studio, like it does make me really sad at times, but at the same time, it makes me really happy when like I look around the room and every single thing in this room is built with tools my dad gave me. So like, that's my big inspiration because And again, sorry, to kind of segue back to why me and Liam got close, because he died in the August 2020, and that was about a month after we started playing COD and like getting chatting. Literally. So to be fair, me and Liam were not that close.
We were playing the night before you found out we were on. Yeah, and the next day you said.
Because my dad was in a hospice for 2 weeks, which like the running joke is that my dad was called the double-hard Yorkshire bastard by his friends. And nobody spends 2 weeks in a hospice. It's where you go to die, and he was just not going anywhere. He was supposed to go on like your last day or two. But so anyway, I'd be up all night anyway, and I was playing COD with Liam. And so we got, that was August. And then even though me and Liam weren't that close, because we were technically on a phone call.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it all the time. And obviously I knew through Dave what Liam had been through, but us connecting on that.
Yeah.
Like Liam had never known anyone that had been through a truckload of like impossible probabilities with cancer, stuff like that before.
It was easy for you to talk to me about because I could understand
absolutely.
What you were coming from and what he might be going through and the things you might have gone through that Danielle, my mum, my family might have been going through. So it was easy to connect because of the very similar experience that I'd had just not recently, before then.
And what's quite nice is as well is because obviously people like that, like me and Liam's chemistry on this podcast and stuff. What people don't realise is that like the roots of that friendship of like my mum and Danielle are really close because
been on holiday twice.
They've both never met anyone who's been through anything even remotely similar, and like that was a big deal for both of those. And so it was like without getting super cringe, it was like when I lost someone, I gained someone. Do you know what I mean? Like it was kind of perfect timing with that. Liam was right there when I needed someone like that. That's not to diminish him as a person, as a friendship, but like he was just there for me. But I mean, like it was perfect timing, wasn't it? And ironically, as much as we take the piss out of Dave, I think if I'd have, this is such a weird segue, but Dave actually answered us the other day, didn't he, about why he didn't introduce us sooner. And it was because Liam was on his deathbed. He was like, I wasn't going to be like, do you want to meet my mate Sam?
It makes total sense.
Fucking back you. But to be fair, like I'll give Dave some credit. If we'd have met sooner, of course we would have been friends, but like there was something really...
You would have had to go for it twice.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. But there was something really unique about us becoming friends when we did.
Yeah.
And then sadly Liam got to witness the decline of everything going tits up for me afterwards. But yeah, so long-winded, that's my big inspiration for keep going, because we always talk about the fact that Liam made it out of those like impossibilities. And my dad didn't, but like, and you wouldn't believe, these Liam and Dan would believe because I've talked to them about it, but how many people are like, wait, shouldn't you be like angry at him that he made it?
Who said that?
We've had this conversation before. I'm not going to
I don't remember.
out people here.
That's a crazy thing to be like.
Obviously,
do you not wish your best friend died instead of your dad?
Well,
you're gonna go, you know what? Yeah.
They were saying, why, like, would you not be
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
Still a mad thing to say to someone.
Yeah, of course it is. But I'm like, why would I like do that? Like Liam is the proof that it's not all doom and gloom. Do you know what I mean? I always say to people, like, getting super deep, like, because my dad was like, I think there was something like 0.7% of people have this brain tumor because it was super rare. So never mind like chances of living, like it was terminal. It was how long he's got, not like whether he's going to make it or not. But I find some kind of peace in knowing that there was nothing we could do about that. Whereas like, so looking at Liam, if I didn't know someone like Liam, I'd be like, well, what's the fucking point? I wouldn't, but you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be like that. But you know what I mean? Like Liam's proof that like miracles do happen and it's not all like catastrophe and everything goes tits up. Was that like a super...
I don't remember what the question was at this point.
I think
you did a really good job.
It was like,
really
isn't cancer really fun? Wasn't that the question?
Yeah. No, you explained it really well.
What was your experience
really
with like fun in cancer?
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a great like wraparound. I think that last question, you feel like you've touched on everything there, so we can end it on a happy segment, I think.
Yeah.
Do we have
Does that sound? Yeah.
I'm joking.
We do. Right, let me set this up.
Go on, hit me up.
So what we're going to do this time is we have some pictures and you will be guessing the other person's age in the picture.
Let's do it. Do you need to write on the board or should I just shout it out? I think I just shout it out.
Shout it out. We'll be here all night.
I think board's a good idea personally, but we can start with Liam. Look at this.
Oh, go make it big screen so you don't show the next one, so don't give me any extra time.
Oh, it's a bit of a shame, though. You can see this now, actually, innit?
It is good.
I've just got to look at it from here.
Like Elvis Presley.
So Sam, how old do you think Liam is in this picture?
It's
difficult
it's difficult because Sam didn't know me for every single one of these pictures. So he's kind of going off just the guesses.
Are you allowed to like answer me? Answer my workings out questions.
I'll hear you. Where are you working out? But I might give it to you.
Because you don't have the long, luscious locks. I'm thinking that's after cancer. But you also look like you're in good shape. So was it before? Oh, bollocks. I'm going to go... What, you were 20 when you got cancer, weren't you?
20.
Nah, this is misleading as fuck, this.
It is
18. Can you answer me?
Don't remember. You're going to have to...
Yeah, he's 18.
18! Go on! Yeah. That's the only one I'm sure you'll get right.
Let me get a tally going.
Get a tally going.
If I win this...
He's going to win this, no doubt. He's winning this.
I don't know, because I don't know the answers to mine either. This is off Facebook.
I've only got answers for Liam's.
So if I give a good calculated guess...
When it's mine, if you can answer what I think, I'll give it you because I'm not sure.
Oh, this one's gold when this one came through to my phone this afternoon.
No offence, mate. You're defo mid-treatment there. You are, aren't you? 20.
Is that your final guess?
Guess? You think it's 20?
Not even close.
He's 14 in this picture.
Get fucked, you testosterone.
That was exactly
I'm genuinely not joking.
What said in the message.
You are
I'm genuinely not joking.
You were taking tea.
It was just my skin was bad at that time because I was a teenager. I started lifting when I was 13.
Okay,
nah, you're like a grown-ass man that's lost weight.
Cheers, G.
That was like Kieran,
another
that's
one
not
here.
you. I reckon you're like 16 there. Wait. Oh, nah, no, the boots. Nah, this is sad.
You know the boot, if you can get it from the boots.
If you can get it from the boots, that's a bit crazy.
That's 2011, that.
I don't even know what boots
You're
those
16.
are.
Told you, 16.
He is 16 in it. I can't...
Wayne Rooney wore them.
I'm not even going to hate
2011
it.
to 2012 season. He scored 31 goals in there. I'll have respect on that.
That's quite impressive.
Good working out, though. Good working out for it.
I was in this one.
I can't remember, I got one or two young ones in there because I can't remember teenage years.
It's a good range.
My eyes don't exist in this photo.
Yeah, but knowing you're like fucking 3 in that photo, but you just jacked up.
I was just learning to walk in this photo. I was also taller than you.
This I'm not confident in because this could be 8. It could be 12.
This is a really misleading one.
I'm gonna go 11.
It is 11.
Fuck off!
Yeah, it's 11.
Nicely done.
Comeback is on.
Nicely done. You've done
well.
way better than I thought.
You're doing really
This is
well.
mental. Right, so if the other one was 11, you're 7 there.
7? What 7-year-old looks like that?
You, because you're teed up.
Well, you've put that he's 11 in this as well.
Is he bollocks? You are not
Liam,
the same age as you were in the one
will only
before.
know the picture. You will only know from the picture.
Apparently so. I tried to check the dates. Even though they don't look at, I think it's the angles and they're like
it's the camera
less than a year
quality
apart.
as well.
The camera quality adds to it because one's
I
actually
thought you
that
looked
camera.
way younger in that second
I
one,
do,
to be
but I
fair.
think it's also the angle looks very young.
I think. Okay, now. So you got 3.
Okay.
Out of 5.
He did really well. I thought he would get
3
1.
out of 5.
Yeah.
I got one wrong.
You got...
Oh
No,
yeah,
you got 3 out of 5. You were 6 years off.
I'm sorry, you're either 14 or mid chemo. It's not
After we're
that
done,
far off,
please
is
show
it?
Lils those photos. I'm going to try and get back on them.
How
He's
old
obviously
is
at a
Sam
festival here. He's got a
in
little
this
bit of a
picture?
beard going on, but I
You
know
know the ages, right?
I know
yeah.
that came
Good.
in from early. But also, you can't see his eyes, and that's misleading. I think
is
he
true.
could easily be 1-7 here. I think he could easily be 17 here.
I just need to triple check.
You can't do this because he could really just screw me on this. You
Yeah,
should
but I
write,
wouldn't because I'm not like you.
Splinter, can we have him write an answer before and then I say it? Because I say 17, he'd go, no, I think
Liam,
I'm 16.
I think I am 17 there.
Okay, well, I'll take that.
That's my first Leeds festival, and to this day I can't remember if I was 16 or 17.
That's what I think.
You must have been. You wouldn't
I
have been
must have been
16 at
17,
Leeds.
Yeah.
you wouldn't have
Okay.
been 16.
Can you write down then for the others? Because I think that's a little bit of cheating.
We can do a cut. We can quickly you can just go through and write everything.
No. I think he just writes it as it comes up and then just keeps it
Well,
to
get
himself.
the
Why can't you
chalkboards
just
out.
trust me? Because I'm not trying to screw you over.
Get the chalkboards
I'm too
out.
competitive.
Oh, you. It's
Oh,
only
yeah,
because I've
I
got
guess
so
it's the one,
right.
innit?
Okay, go on, next one.
Fucking no idea.
Who is that? Who is that? What are you eating, an onion?
That's an orange, that, you little weirdo. Actually, it could
Also,
well
look
be
at
a
the size of your
golden compass.
shoulders.
Fucking look at that. It looks like the golden compass.
Golden compass. This is really hard because you're probably the same height there you are now.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
I'm going to go for an age, even though I don't know if it's right. So if you get it. And that was misleading because there's only one number. There you go.
I didn't even listen to what you said.
Good,
Sorry.
there's one number that's one movement.
Why don't you show him? I guess all you're going to go say, I guess.
I'm going to go, realistically, that's a 7-year-old kid. It has to be. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It has to be 7-year-old
think
kid.
so.
He's 2
anyway.
for 2. He's
I'm
2
not
for
sure.
2.
Go on, give me the next one.
Ooh. This could be
See,
a
I'm
trick.
Look at that
going
sexy
off.
little bastard.
I'm going off my nieces.
The locks on him.
My niece are 3,
What
4, and
happened?
5. He's in that range. And I think he's got to be no teeth. No teeth. That's a 2-year-old.
Nah, just got a very gummy
Oh,
smile,
no.
bro.
Is that a tooth there?
Nah.
Even if it is, though, he's
I'm
2
just
years
trying
old.
like that, bro.
Even still, though, he's
I
two
could
and a
have
half years
teeth.
old.
Could have teeth.
He's 2. Look at his arms. For my nieces that are 2, 3, and 4, he's 2. Yeah.
2. I think so anyway. Not too sure.
You're actually tired right now.
Right, well, next time I'm going to be fucking 10 years off on purpose.
Oh.
Oh,
My
right.
God, look at that
You
photo.
surely will know your
Look
age
at that
from this one,
photo.
right?
Roughly. Let me work out.
Look at that sharp hairline as well. Sharpest hairline in the biz. That laser beam. I'm trying to go off more his sister's age because I know the difference between those two. And I feel like
Eugene
that,
will fuck, of
if
course.
because I've kind of got, if I kind of can figure out hers, I might be able to get his.
My mum's looking a bit rough in that photo, isn't she?
I think he's got
It's
to be.
my dad, everyone, in the room. Sorry. I just realised half the room can't see the photo.
How old's your dad in that photo? That might help me.
Bollocks to that. Fucking, that's an harder question than how old I am.
I think he's got to be. How
No,
old
it's
is
my
how old's
sister-
your-
no, it's
how
my
old's your
sister's
sister
cut her
compared to
own
you? Is she 2 years younger
She's
than you?
5 years younger than me.
She's 5 years younger
2
than you.
years.
She's not 5 years younger than you.
Oh, no, she's not. I just lied.
Is she 5?
She's turning 21 in October and I'm 26.
Okay, I'm changing my answer then.
Damn right you are. I'm just giving you a clue. Can we do half a point off this?
She's got to be. You've got to be 9, and she's like 4.
So final
Final
answer.
answer.
Yeah, and I really
You
don't know.
fucking
No, it's
prick.
9.
I think I'm 9 because we're in Cyprus there and I know
Oh, are you?
we started going when I was 8, so I reckon that was the year after.
Okay, go on. Oh, OG Fudge. Who's that kid though? That is not you.
That's Harry Styles, mate.
It doesn't look like you at all.
Look, but also you've got a very square.
Just point at my face and go, oh yeah, it doesn't
You've
look
got a
like you.
very square head. Like you've got a very square jaw. This down here, that's a James Clark if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, man.
Look at his jaw.
That's my prime there.
How old's Fudge in that picture?
I tell you, I have to kill you.
Also, why are you wearing a what's it called?
Abercrombie and Fitch. Because it was Cyprus special, mate. It's fake.
I thought Atticus Finch. Isn't he the main guy from?
I give you a clue.
Go on.
Cuff chinos, then. What year is that?
Ooh, yeah, we're in the early 2010s there.
Chinos.
Oh, I've just realised how
What are
old
you
he is.
doing?
We're in 2010 there or something. You're born in 98, calm, 11.
He did the maths wrong and still got it right.
Yeah, because I know.
How old am I in
that-
2010 if I was born in 98?
No, it doesn't matter because I know.
12?
I know.
And you were right, it's 11.
11, 6.
You're a wanker.
That's all 5. You got
What
all
a great,
5
what
right.
a great finish to that.
I
is.
have got a final.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
had
go on,
people
run
to
it.
gauge it off and a dog to gauge it. He knows I got that dog at 11. He's just lying.
You know what? Yeah, but it's easy for you because if I have all my siblings in it, that'll be way easy. And go, okay, how
I just
old
put my
David
fucking sibling on my
Takiri to
dog
Lee?
next to it.
Okay, next time we do it, then we'll do another one, and I'll make sure all my siblings are in it.
All right, should we do? If you get this one right, well, you're both going to answer. So get the other.
I've already
chalkboard
won.
out.
I've won by 2.
Shut up and get the fucking ball
I'll do
out.
it.
For the fun of the
Bats,
game.
that's my
For the
chalkboard as
fun
well.
of
There
the
it is.
game.
Yeah, I forgot you
Give me
got
that sponge.
you got a little pinprick one.
So I have a picture of someone in this room who is very, very young.
Oh, it's you, innit?
Dad, come round, you're allowed, mate.
Yeah, go
You're
on.
gonna have to come round.
If not this way, that way.
Wait,
It might reset the
if he's
focus.
one of him
Go
and
for
he's
where
one-
Max is, and you can have it.
I've
you
gone
can
for
see-
this one.
Wow. Look at
That's
that.
fantastic.
Look at that moon head. Did you have a lot on your mind that day?
Mega mind.
That is huge.
Do you know what's even
you
sadder
will
as well?
guess
I
the
know how old
age.
you are because of the United shirt you're wearing.
Just changed, hasn't she?
I honestly, I know how old you are because of the shirt you're wearing.
I don't know how old I am, to be honest.
Also, you have different ears now to then. What's going on there?
Can I say that?
Did you just look at him?
Is it not you? This
Sorry,
Pinder?
this guy.
I'm so confused.
I'm sure that picture is up in my grand's house.
Oh.
Yeah, mate.
I thought it doesn't look like
That's how I got
either.
it.
It doesn't look like either one of you. I thought it was you.
I don't know. I was looking through pictures of. Oh wow! I was going to say looking through pictures of kids.
Whoa.
I searched on my camera roll baby to get pictures of me as a baby, and that came
Okay.
up. And there's also a fantastic one Easter egg we'll show you next.
Big edge.
If,
A lot of troubles going on that
if
day.
you get if you don't agree with me, you're wrong because I know what shirt you're wearing.
But he could be wearing an older one.
No, he's not, because it makes perfect sense.
What year were you born, Pinder? 98? Oh, okay.
You don't know what year that is.
That looks like a 98 to me. Okay, so
Chelsea
2000,
fan in the room's getting that. So you can show up.
2003 Rude Van Nistelrooy, yeah.
Right, my guess on
No,
your boards.
you say it.
You say we'll show it when we show it. For audio listeners, we're showing up a picture
Bollocks to that. No, you're not.
of one of our friends in the room.
I'm going to go 4. I'll go 4.
Okay,
Right, well, you're a liar.
because I went 5.
You're 2.
I'm 2.
That's
He's
a
not-
2000 shirt. That's 2000 to 2001.
Also, yeah,
so
fine.
top, she's 3.
I mean, I have no...
So we're both wrong then.
I could be, I don't...
Absolutely, he's wrong because look at this.
I can tell you.
He's not wearing a retro shirt when he's fucking...
Yeah, he's in
Cheers.
the yeah.
5
Exactly.
No, I don't know. I put 5.
You're
That's way
gauge of
off.
children.
As well.
You think he's
oh
going
my
reception?
gosh, that's David.
That's David Smith.
That is horrible.
Can we just clip this bit up and send it in? Do you not think he looks like... Well, I was going to say...
He's terrible. He looks like his sister there a lot more.
I was
than
going to
him.
say Rachel, yeah. I was going to say Rachel, but
Look how
I realised I was about to say something horrible, so I didn't want to say it about his sister.
clapped his teeth are.
Claps his teeth are.
His teeth look like a scattered fork. All right, let's go. I'm going with.
Are we going to know the answer to this?
How do you approve the answer?
It's a
to
great
this?
point. We have to get.
My logic should win me this point.
Try him.
Yes, please do.
Try him. What time are we looking like?
An hour and 22.
That's all right. Right. Can we... 3, 2, 1 it?
Yeah, we may have to 3, 2, 1 it and then get him on the FaceTime for the sake of the after the episode.
Yeah.
Go on.
Down.
Right, 3, 2, 1, show.
What did you put?
6.
7. We'll see what
And
he
my
says.
answer is because he's wearing his primary school top.
Yeah, I did
And
that.
you start
I thought the
wearing
same.
that in year 1, not reception.
That's a good point. My
didn't.
primary school was unclosed.
Of course it was, mate. You're raised in the ghetto, weren't you?
I was raised in my primary school was in Rusholme. You know where it's St James? It's right at the end of Curry Mile.
Oh, yeah.
That's my primary school.
Yeah, man, that was mine for a bit.
No,
It's
that's
going to be really annoying. Oh, of course he didn't answer.
We got another one.
We've got one last one and then we are.
It's you.
Sorry, let's do
It
it.
is me.
Go on.
It is me.
Do
Well,
that.
we're going to get an answer for
Do
this.
that.
aren't
One.
we?
Do that and I'll
Wait, I
close
need
it
to
out.
make sure I don't give it away.
Oh, have you got like the number right on it?
No.
Have you got like at my 6th birthday party balloon?
At the end of the podcast on the YouTube video, we should play like a compilation like it's a funeral of me and you baby kids.
Yeah.
Baby kids, baby pigs.
Oh, it's because this is something.
We're in the baby kid. This is our studio's our baby kid.
So this next one.
For
is a
audio
really-
listeners, appreciate you staying out with us.
Oh
for
my
this.
God, that's not you,
Wow.
that's Phoebe.
That is
No,
Phoebe.
that is me.
Did you have a nose
Wow.
job?
No,
Why's your nose look bare different now to that picture?
I don't.
The
Honestly,
lighting
I
don't do
couldn't
your
tell
nose a
you.
favour.
It's
That
the
looks
lighting.
nothing like that in real life.
Yeah, it looks one.
You
there,
look like
doesn't
you're
it?
that guy who hangs out like McDonald's bins and just sits
You're
there.
like Kanye West circa 2000.
Yeah.
You're like in the polo tee.
Yes,
You're
all very
albino.
funny. How old do you think I am? Go on.
I'm going to say by the terrible choice of haircut that I also had, I was this year's old when I had that.
I think you've got to be. I know you hit puberty well early as well, but I'm going to say you've got to be. You could be 11 on this.
All right, ready? 3, 2,
1.
1. Show.
What did-
I put 13.
Yeah,
I put
so it was
15.
2016. So 8 years ago, I'd have been what? 14.
14.
I'm having that. So last points winner.
Sorry,
Yeah, I won.
how are you having that?
Last points winner.
You put 13. You were wrong, and also
No, I
you
didn't.
were
I
1
put
point behind
13,
me.
14.
That's year 11. You're 16 there. Got to be.
Yeah. What phone's that?
Oh, iPhone 6. That's an iPhone 6.
I love the detail. Like,
iPhone 6 is. I think iPhone 6 is 2011.
I
but
can see the hair dye in the bottom left. That's definitely Phoebe's.
that
And what's
is
the difference between you?
definitely
You 2
Phoebe's.
years, 3 years,
4.
4 years.
Oh.
So she's got to be 16, 17 when she's messing with her. 18. I think you're 15 then. Bollocks.
No,
Said out loud.
I think 15 too. I was going to put 15.
Yeah.
I think he's right.
That's convenient.
No, genuinely, I would have put 15.
Really?
I said high
I think
school.
year 10 that. Maybe you're 11.
I
but
think
you're
year
15.
11, 15, not turned 16
good
yet.
shout.
15.
2016. So it would
Same
have been-
fucking year?
Same year.
Bollocks to that.
Yeah, no, there's two same.
So 14.
You're like a totally different bloke.
Tell
Yeah,
you
you
though,
look Yeah,
that was
Phoebe was dying around
end of
18 and I
March.
get that right, surely.
End of March. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting the Easter eggs right though.
Yeah, and that's it.
Dan doesn't know
That's
all
it.
these in the photo because I got the football shirt right.
We'll see if he checks in. All right, is that the end?
That is the end. Yeah, I have no more questions.
Brilliant.
No more
Well,
segments.
it's
more
been a
questions.
fantastic episode, Spin. I'm looking forward to the next one you're going to run.
I am.
With some great questions, some really fun
Yep.
segments.
I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode.
It was a good bonus episode.
We laughed, we cried,
We told some good stories.
we told some good stories. We inspired a nation.
We did indeed.
As always. Yeah.
So yeah, until the next one, check us
Let's
out.
roll
all
out
our
the red
social
carpet
links.
for you. It's the hot ones.
Roll the red carpet. What do you want to promote? What do you want to plug? What have we got? Well, we've got some stuff we want to mention close to the end of this season.
I was going to say,
so we say
not
we're
yet,
going
is
to
it?
ice it for now. We've got some.
Ice it. Let
we've
it
got
thaw.
some. We'll let it thaw. We've got some exciting
thaw
ones.
out.
Next episode, though, if you're listening to this now, maybe it's out by now. We've got a holiday edition of the Feel Weird podcast, and me and Sam are going on holiday next week.
That's a great shout.
And we're going to do a holiday episode for it. So
Business
check
trip didn't
that
cover
out.
that part.
We're doing a bonus
And
one. That's another
thanks.
bonus one.
Exactly. Thanks for rocking with
Brought
us.
to you by Lorette Demar. Where we're going?
Margaret Demar, just below it.
Margaret Demar.
Margaret Demar. Margaret. Spain.
They're going to Spain.
Northern
everybody.
Spain. So
Yeah,
thanks for
not,
checking us
not
out.
to be like blokes about it, and I know that's a bit stupid, but me and Liam don't have a clue where we were going. The second our partners booked this holiday, we both went to the other room and phoned each other and was like, where are we going? And he was like,
Perfect.
Tunisia? And I was like, don't know. Spain. We're both wrong.
You just get on the plane and you'll be fine.
We could have
Alright,
closed it
yeah.
out now. I've been Liam Maloney. He's been Sam Kappa, aka Kid Blue.
All right. Okay. Whoa. Don't rush me. I
This is
panicked
the
then.
Feel Weird
I panicked
podcast.
then because I thought Dan had already like paused it out. I was having a good time. This is a nice little.
Okay,
This
go
isn't a
on.
rushed episode.
Did
No,
you
it's
like
not.
the change of style of episode?
did.
I
I
loved
loved
it.
it.
I really enjoyed it.
I
It was
really hope.
good.
Me and Liam have been wanting to, I say wanting to. It's obviously a bit of a weird dynamic when we talk about that shit. But we always, I think
People
considering
wanna
about time, one of our ventures we were going to go into, we were going to be doing public speaking because we'd already been asked by a couple of people to do some inspiring stuff because me and Liam were like different sides of the same coin of like the similar kind of trauma. And that was one thing we were going to go into. So we did I should have said before, when with the idea of a podcast, we did like that we could broach that subject and kind of debunk that stigma.
Yeah.
And approach it in a
talk.
lighter manner and
Yeah.
like do it in our own comfortable environment.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we weren't going to do that anytime soon, but
Yeah.
people have took a real interest and that's been really nice. So it's nice to get some serious stuff under. And
Yeah, thanks for both being so open about it and being.
Appreciate you asking.
thanks for being a
man.
wonderful host, Mr. Graham.
You've been a
Norton.
fantastic host.
Thank you.
Now you'd like to set down.
Can we get a
because-
little vote in the comments for whether Splinter should stay on camera or not? Because his
Yeah, let us
face
know.
I
made a
host
debut.
each one.
His face made it. Well,
Let us know.
You can
Let
host
us
each
know.
one.
We'll see.
it's a shout.
There's a shout.
Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching / listening. What a lovely episode.
Fantastic episode.
Fantastic.
Stay in touch. Drop a like and subscribe and comment and all the things that the professional people should say. Thank you. Good night.